right, we're back live with another episode of the Two Count Kickout podcast. As you can see, we are down a man. No, Tay did not turn heel on us yet.
Yes.
He's just feeling a little under the weather, so we hope he gets well soon, and he should be back with us next weekend, and we'll be at full strength. But as they say in show business, the show must go on.
The show's gotta go on. He didn't get the eggs this week.
No, he didn't get the eggs. That might be the problem. That might be the problem. So no mean mugs for anybody today, unfortunately.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
We don't know. He might send us a picture or something.
He might just randomly hop in, just mean mug us and leave.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. But anyway, same gang with us as usual. I'm your man DJ with my boy here.
Yeah, it's your boy Cam, aka Nori Mac.
Yeah.
Little throwback.
What episode? This is episode 9. That's
yes, because next week is 10.
Next week
is 10.
And
then the 11th is the 11th episode.
Yeah.
Couldn't have planned that more perfectly.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Today's episode might be a little short. Tay did send us in his predictions, so once we get into those Bash and No Mercy predictions, we'll be sharing his as well. But just want to start off on kind of sad. Well, it is a sad note. This week we lost a big name in WWE, WCW history. Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, however you decide to go by him or call him, passed away this week. Definitely a tough loss. One of the biggest or the best big man in WWE, WCW history. In my opinion, a great competitor, great on the mic, and very intense. That intensity is unmatched, man.
Oh yeah, one of the best power bombs in the game.
Yes. And it's funny. I saw a clip of when Heath Slater he came back and went against Heath Slater when he was going on his Legends tour. And that power bomb was even vicious too. So
yes,
R.I.P. to Psycho Sid, man.
He only competed at 2 WrestleManias and main evented them both. Who else can do that? Nobody.
Who else can do that, man? So R.I.P. to the legend. Condolences and prayers go out to his family for sure. So
thank you, Sid.
Thank you, Sid. Indeed. So we'll jump straight from that into our TCKO fact of the day. And I have that for today. Today, on this day, 15 years ago on SmackDown, CM Punk retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage match against the great Jeff Hardy, in which that match was also where we thought we were losing Jeff Hardy for good, where he was forced to quit WWE. A lot of tears were shed that day.
Broke my heart.
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
Yeah, so, dang, we started off with 2 sad moments. That's crazy, but no, as you know, Jeff Hardy didn't actually quit. He came back, so that we were grateful
back
for
again.
that.
Who knows?
We shall see, man. Well, the jury is out on that. I still stand by. I don't want to see him be bad in the ring. So hopefully, he can trigger that old Jeff Hardy for us one more time.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
We can only hope. So yeah. Shall we do some Bash predictions?
Why not? Let's go bashing.
Yeah.
The Bash. This.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the Bashams. We're the Bash brothers.
And they weren't even twins. They weren't even brothers.
No, they were not. They were not. Shout out Doug and Danny.
There was a moment where Jim Cornette, who was head of OVW, the original development of WWE, and they told him like right before, I think it was Doug or Danny, one of the two. He was OVW champion, and they called down to OVW, told Jim Cornette, he's like, well, do you have to shave him bald now? Because he's about to go on a big run, and we don't want him bald. They're like, oh yeah, no, sure. And then he's like, next week he shows the ball. I'm like, why? He's like, why'd you guys do that?
Oh man,
Oh,
that's
man.
hilarious. Yeah. So Bash in Berlin is I almost want to say Bash at Berlin.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Because we get accused of Bash at the beach.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Bash in Berlin in Germany this Saturday. It's going to be an interesting show. I think the card is looking pretty good.
We got 5 matches, BJ.
We got 5
We're getting
matches.
spoiled.
We're getting spoiled for sure. Triple H knows how to put them on, you know?
We're getting spoiled with 5 matches now.
Yes. I know, man. What do we do to deserve this? So yeah, let's jump into these predictions, man. It's gonna be a good show. Hopefully, hopefully there's some surprises, man. It's shaping up to be another predictable one. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. So
yeah.
Let's start off with the women's tag team champions, Unholy Union, taking on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I'll kick it off. I think the Unholy Union retains. I think that's going to be kind of segueing into Bianca and Jade maybe starting their rifts or whatever, or you start to see some tension between them maybe. But I think that'll probably be the best choice to keep the belts on Unholy Union, especially if you are wanting to pursue that Bianca and Jade feud like everybody is expecting. So, and I think, man, we can't keep playing hot potato with these tag belts. So,
No.
I think it's only right if Unholy Union takes this one. So that's my pick for that match.
And then before I mine, Tay said,
Oh yes.
he says Bianca and Jade, sadly, parentheses, sadly, will win. I guess he's not a big fan of that team. I also see Unholy Alliance winning. The only way I don't see them winning is if they do the Bianca and Jade thing to tear them apart against my original idea, which was Tiffany and Nia winning the tag titles, and then having that, because I feel like that could be the bigger feud to cause them to rift apart. But I can also see like you said, you don't want to keep playing hot potato with the titles, and you want to get this Jade and Bianca thing kind of rolling, and then it wouldn't make sense for them to win the tag titles and then shortly thereafter lose them to Nia and Tiffany. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Unholy Alliance, but if they don't, then Tiffany and Nia will win it from Bianca and Jade, but it won't last long.
No, I don't think so either. If they do win, it'll definitely be a short reign, and I can see Tiffany and Nia taking the title from them. So we shall see. Hopefully, it's a good match. I believe it will be.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that tag match they had, what was that, last week on Raw, that triple threat? That was just, it was kind of sloppy.
Yeah,
I didn't feel anything, and I don't know if it's because it's Pure Fusion Collective. The name kind of like makes people not want to cheer, get engaged in that. Damage Control is just lost.
They just randomly became baby faces with no justification behind it. So
where's Asuka? I miss Asuka.
I miss Asuka so much, man. Oh man. Hopefully she comes back soon and lights a fire and gives some personality to Damage Control again.
I hope so, because I need something. Because it's, first of all, I've never liked Damage Control's theme song once they add the lyrics.
No, me neither.
It's one of those things, like, what is she saying? And I just, it would have worked so much better if it was like that, like, alternative version of Bayley's theme. But then they add the lyrics, I'm just like,
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work for me.
I feel the same. So yeah, the women's tag team scene needs some serious help.
Yeah.
Don't know where that's gonna come from,
I
but
think it may be Jordan Grace, because it's my own speculation, so I don't want to even put it out there. But
like hot takes.
she's leaving a certain site in a couple months, and I kind of correlate. I was like, wait a minute, WWE superstars have gotten released for being part of that site.
Mm-hmm.
So, and her contract with TNA is up, like, I think by January. So Jordan Grace might be officially a WWE superstar soon. She's done everything in TNA, so why
Yeah.
not come to WWE
It's only right.
and even make the main roster? Like, I feel like she could just jump to the main roster.
Agreed. Her match with Roxanne was really good. So I definitely think we've seen what we needed to see from her on that stage. She's definitely ready for the main roster to jump straight into it. So and the women's roster needs her. So
Yeah.
please, Hunter, do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do.
Do it.
Cool. So
All right.
let's jump into the next match. We've got the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, which I saw something funny that was like, they're called the Terror Twins, but they're like 14 years age different.
And then Carpy tweeted, like, because that stems from back when the New Day had their podcast, they had the Usos on, and they were like, the Usos were like, or no, I think Xavier asked the Usos, is like, would you guys still be twins even if you were like born like a minute apart, separate days? So like, say like you're born the first, like at 11:59, and then your brother's born like at like 12:01 on the second, and then he was like, what? He's like, what?
Well, I guess that is crazy to think about, because technically they don't. I guess they are twins, but they're not, because they don't have the same birthday.
But they came from the same statutes.
Xavier might be onto something,
no,
man.
Not. You come from the same age.
Yeah, that is essence what twins are. So
Oh man,
that's funny. So yeah, we got the Terror Twins taking on Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan in a mixed tag match. I definitely expect tons of shenanigans in this match.
It wouldn't be a Judgment Day match without it.
Exactly. So, but I'm definitely going Terror Twins on this one.
Yeah.
They're finally going to get their hands on, the people that betrayed them. And Rhea, I think we'll see a riptide on Dom from Rhea for sure. And that's going to get a huge pop. So
yeah.
I'm going Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley on this one.
I am too, and I'll even take it a step further. Dominic takes the fall. That way you protect Liv and kind of build up for Liv, Rhea, Hell in a Cell, Bad Blood. Okay.
Hopefully it main events.
Hopefully. I hope so. It should. And if it doesn't, somebody's on something.
Yeah, it's the longest tenured story we have. Like, they have right now they have the best feuds, or the longest, with the longest standing history. So
this is what, a feud going almost about 2 years when the Judgment Day first formed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you need to have those two main event Hell in a Cell, because I mean every Bad Blood pay-per-view has had Hell in a Cell in the main event, and they've also been like big feuds. Maybe not Triple H and Kevin Nash, but like that still has history.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
That's the only one that's like not like a true. Well, I mean, HBK Taker from the first one, but that's in the '90s, which we're not. I'm not done with the '90s, but '90s wrestling, I'm like, I'm not really that big a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rhea, Liv, almost Rhea Taker. It's like, what the? Yeah, Rhea and the Undertaker.
It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day,
bro. Yeah, Rhea Taker and Hell in a Cell. Definitely. That's
Yeah,
definitely the match. He'll come out
right.
of retirement for that.
Oh, I think he should. I think he should. You know, recreate the mankind bump.
You were gonna go. So it's like why?
I don't know how much longer WWE would be on air if that
Oh
happened.
no. Like you would have to have Rhea come out, show her signing the consent to do that, and
Yeah,
saying like I give Undertaker consent to throw me off Hell in a Cell.
and even then, I don't even think
Even
Taker would be willing to do that.
We might get the RTC all over again.
Oh man, seriously. And then Tay also is going with the Terror Twins.
Yeah.
So we got a clean sweep on that one. Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna start doing whenever we have a clean sweep. Just
Yeah. There you go. We'll work on inserting some broom sounds one day. So next we'll jump into the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther taking on Randy Orton. This match, for obvious reasons, makes all the sense in the world because King Marine final,
yeah.
Randy's shoulders weren't down, so it makes sense for them to run this back in Gunther's not his actual hometown, but in his neck of the woods.
Yeah.
For his first title defense. Definitely going Gunther here. Randy's not.
There's no way.
If he's taking the belt from anybody, it's gonna be Cody. So yeah, and even then, that's a stretch. So
Randy's not winning, and if you think Randy's winning, you're either a child or very naive. He's not.
he's not.
Right,
no, it's a nice gesture, a nice match. It'll be good for sure.
Oh yeah, horse fight, but
oh yeah,
Randy is not. I'm honestly at that point. Randy's gonna get 15.
You don't think so?
I don't think so because bro is 44.
Yeah.
He's 44 now. Like, he can still go, don't get me wrong. But I think he's also kind of at that age where he's mellowed out. He'll like do a promo saying he needs it, but he doesn't really need it. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's done everything. Just about everything. The only thing he hasn't done is King of the Ring, but just about everything. I think it's now he's at that stage where he's like, I'm ready to give back to the young guys and also kind of make up for me being such a hothead when I was younger.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's definitely in his giving back era. Putting over guys, and just having good matches. So I did like his promo on Monday where he kind of elevated the title and reminded people like, this has the same lineage as the belt that I won in 2004, my first championship. So this is gonna mean like very much big for me to win this belt again. So
which is another sign he's not winning.
Exactly. So when people are putting over the title to that magnitude and like I have to win this, they probably won't. So but I did like, making the belt, saying like this is important, like this title matters. And we need that. We need to hear that from somebody like Randy. So
I'm not gonna lie, it's made me actually feel for the title the most since probably the Seth and Finn feud.
Yeah,
because like, no offense, I love Shinsuke Nakamura. That feud didn't really the filler feud. The Drew feud, it was alright. Like it didn't. It was more about Drew and Seth than the title. Same with both Damian Priest feud. So like this is the first one where it's like I actually feel the importance of the title.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like this is one of the top prizes in WWE, as it should feel like.
Oh yeah.
So they're definitely gonna put on a banger, and unfortunately, we know what the outcome is gonna be. So, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's a rocket. I love that theme song though. I love that. That love it.
Yeah. I hope we get.
Go ahead.
I hope we get a Ludwig Kaiser intro for this match. If it doesn't happen, they dropped the ball on that one.
Mhm.
So
Some people
um,
actually prefer Gunther's old theme song, and I'm like, I get it, but I like how
yeah,
I like it. I like that chanting. I don't know why. I like the chanting part.
me
Like
too. It goes with
it,
him so well. Like it fits him.
it
So
does.
yeah, that theme song is goated for sure. And then Tay's prediction, he's going with Gunter as well, but he also has in parentheses, sadly. We know he's still feeling a little upset from SummerSlam, him winning the title
Yeah.
from Damian Priest. So, and he's from St. Louis, so we definitely wanted to see Randy win, I'm sure. So
Right.
I'm sorry, Tay,
Right.
it's not happening. But I can hold hope that Randy can win 15 at some point, maybe take it off of Cody, but I doubt it. Like Cameron said,
We already heard
he's
my
past
controversial take on that.
Um,
I think
yeah.
that was the birth of Tay Mean me.
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
that
say
is
that's
the birth of
look at if Tay pops up in here, we know that he's triggered by that comment. So
my rock senses are tingling.
yeah.
Pops in and just leaves. Like, hopefully that doesn't cause
Oh,
another
man.
audio issue.
Oh God, no. Oh man. Oh, hopefully not, man. So yeah, moving on to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a strap match. This is gonna be very brutal. I feel like I think it's gonna be a long match. I think this is gonna be our 30-minute match here. Possibly maybe 20, 25, but I think it's gonna go for a while. I think each competitor is gonna get a lot of offense, a lot of hard hitting stuff, some great spots. But I'm definitely going CM Punk for this one. I think they're gonna have to give him his get back if they're gonna conclude at Bad Blood.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think CM Punk touches all four turnbuckles in true JBL fashion and wins the match.
Well, I mean, if it was JBL fashion, Punk would do
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
He'd be bleeding, which they
He'd be
still can't
bleeding.
do yet. I
Yeah,
don't think they ever will. Like, if it's accidental, that's okay, but like, I don't think they'll ever actually like blade.
I feel like they may have some blood in this match. It probably won't be to the extreme of JBL, but
Right.
yeah, we might see some at least some welts on their backs and bodies from the strap for sure.
Them shots the other day, I was like, ow.
Oh man.
But I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of like while CM Punk was getting the security guards. Why do you hit the black guy with like 3 or 4 of them in a row? Why?
I was triggered a little bit. I was
like, come on now.
come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing, Phil?
Why?
Come on, man.
Why him?
Phil?
Why him? I thought I saw for a second the guy actually got out. He just dragged him back in, and I'm like, yo. Oh gosh.
man.
I'm glad it's not.
So-
I'm glad we're not making that joke in February. That would have been
Right.
awful.
That would have been terrible. I think they know. I think they knew better than to not do that then. So,
They had to.
who are you going with, man?
I'm going with They said what the CM stands for. Chick Magnet. I'm going with Chick Magnet Punk. Because it just makes sense that way. They're one apiece.
Yep.
And then if they do decide to do Hell in a Cell for them, I'd stick against it. Because you don't want to oversaturate Hell in a Cell. But I think CM Punk goes over. Because I feel like the strap match also kind of Punk's a wrestling historian, so like he looks back at like all the history of wrestling, and like a strap match is part of history. So I feel like that's another reason why Punk will go over. We've actually seen a strap match live.
Yeah, we did. We did.
It was
Extreme
boring.
Rules.
It was
It
boring.
was. It was boring. Wasn't that Sheamus and Mark Henry?
Yes, it was, and
Yeah.
I was like, is it over? Is it over?
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Oh man, the one strap match we got to see was that.
It
So
was no disrespect to either of those. It's just
no,
it's
yeah, not at all.
it's not a thrilling um it's not a thrilling stipulation anymore for real. I feel like the last good strap match was Eddie JBL, but that's because it had that surprise of JBL technically touched the turnbuckle first.
Yeah.
That one, JBL won. Plus, with this, like how they do it now, they have lights on. Lights on the end of the corners, and so like they'll light up, and if you don't touch it for a little, the light goes down. So it's like, all right, now we really know, okay, like this is the person that's gonna win because all three of them have three of them lit up. So whoever, CM Punk. That's all I'm gonna go with. I'm rambling. CM Punk. It's Punk's
CM Punk.
going.
Yeah, I think so.
Philip Jack Brooks is as they call him, and the government calls him.
The government, yeah. Yeah, and Tay is also going with CM Punk. Not sadly. And I'm sure he has the same reasonings as we do. It only makes sense for him to get the one. So they're even going into Bad Blood. So we have another clean sweep here. There you go. All right. And then just like that, we are at our last match. That took so long to get through all those rigorous matches that Hunter is blessing us with. Man,
all
what
five.
A card.
Plus the 3-hour pre-show that could have some more matches. But
And they just don't do it anymore. So that's neither here or there. We have the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes, I think that goes without saying.
Yeah. Predictable one.
Very predictable. But maybe this will. I definitely see Kevin Owens turn probably at the end of the match. And then that'll probably set them up to have another match. What's the next PLE?
The next one is Bad Blood.
Is so Bad Blood, yeah. But I just feel like they're dropping the ball with him and Cody. I wish they could have been at Bad Blood. That could have.
Then after Bad Blood, it's Crown Jewel.
Okay.
But that's not till what, November?
Yeah.
November 2nd. So that's almost 3 months without. Well, it's almost a little bit over 2 months without a WWE Championship match on PLA. Because I don't think
Crazy.
Cody and whoever faces on Bad Blood, because it's a filler pay-per-view. There are good filler pay-per-views, but
Yeah.
it's a filler pay-per-view, and the WWE is the crown jewel. The WWE Championship is the crown jewel of the WWE. So I just feel like they're gonna hold that for that, and then make Bad Blood more of a Raw pay-per-view. But like,
you think they would go back to having show pay-per-views?
not directly, but it'd be more Raw heavy compared to, because honestly, what's the point of a brand split if you're gonna do make every pay-per-view promotional? Like, it was cool when the first I can't talk today.
You're good, bro. You're good. I'm struggling too.
The first brand split started in 2002. It was cool then.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's like, okay, now Raw can build up their stuff, SmackDown can build up their stuff, and then, when you come together at the end of a Raw show pay-per-view, so like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, technically Money in the Bank should stay one, just because it gives everyone a fair. Because having it one or the other, it's not as exciting. And then Survivor Series and Rumble, of course.
Yep.
it makes it more exciting, the interaction. Yeah, you can let the NXT people like cross over to NXT, but keep it like that. That's why I also feel like they need a SmackDown version of the women's tag titles or Raw version, whichever one gets the titles, because that way the women still have something to fight for on both sides besides the main
Exactly.
championship.
Yeah.
You can even call it the women's world tag titles. Might as well. They just
I was gonna say they do that with all the other titles anyway, just and change the strap white. So
yes.
yeah, but yeah, I'm going Cody here. I just hate that KO keeps getting put in these championship matches that we know he's not gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a new prayer circle for KO to get another world title reign.
Well, he never wants to win the Intercontinental title ever again. Fun fact. Sorry,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, because what it is that it's not even just because like that's the only title they're giving him. It's because he loves Owen Hart so much that Owen Hart had two Intercontinental title reigns, and Kevin has two, and Kevin's title reign combined lasted the exact same length as Owen. So that's why I never want to win the Intercontinental title again, because I've caught up with Owen.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a great fact.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, I read that on Twitter somewhere like months ago.
That's cool.
I don't know why I remember that.
No, that's a great fact. That's really cool. Actually, I never could have guessed that. So, but yeah, and I think of course Tay is gonna go with Cody as well. Yep. So yeah, there you go. That's your bash in I almost said at again. Bash in Berlin.
Bash Berlin. Any combination of Bash in Berlin, you got it. Bash in Berlin, Bash at Berlin.
You know, we're just gonna say the Germany house show. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's the German crown jewel.
Yeah, it's looking like it, man. With this amazing card.
The Great German Bash. So the Great American Bash.
They should switch it and call it that, the Great German Bash. That'll stop us from messing up the name. I bet.
Because I'll be like, oh yeah, the Great German Bash.
Yeah. I like that. So yeah, there you go. That's Bash for you. Next week we'll recap and see what we got right. I feel like we're gonna be a clean sweep on that. I think I think we got all of these right. I'm feeling pretty confident. So
the only one I'm iffy on is the women's tag titles.
Yeah,
but that's only because how I'm thinking about how I would book it compared to how Triple H will probably book it.
Right.
Because first of all, I wouldn't have had Bianca and Jade lose until Nia and Tiffy.
Yeah,
because
agreed.
It just would have made more sense.
Mm-hmm. And I think they could have had a better feud with Nia and Tiffany.
So
yeah, so
because you could have even written off Bianca, like have Bianca take the fall because it's still too early for Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Have Bianca take the fall from Nia, and then kind of write her off, let her rest up a bit, because Bianca's was on a tear carrying the women's division from COVID on. And then have her come back and be like, I'm still the baddest, the fiercest, the smartest, the strongest, the best, but people keep talking about you like you are the bad, the fiercest, the strongest, the best.
I need that Bianca heel turn so bad. And another thing with the Tiffany, Nia, and Jade and Bianca and Tiffany, they have beef anyway, so that would have made that makes perfect sense. So
poor Naomi, they just be Naomi, whatever. It's hey Naomi, you got to go against her.
Right.
And she's going over.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all,
I guess
I left TNA for this.
Right. And she was on fire in TNA.
Well, she came back at the Rumble. They let her qualify for the Elimination Chamber, and then they said, "Hey, you get to team up with Bianca and Jade, but you're not the main attraction. Also, we're gonna give you a triple threat match for the women's championship."
Yep.
Why? Also, you're
Yeah.
gonna lose like 6 matches in a row. But hey, Money in the Bank. Like, do I get to win that?
No, nah.
Nah. Do I get to be on SummerSlam? No.
Nah.
Are you serious? We'll
But
think
we'll
about
give
it.
you another six-man tag match, and you get to get your pin back against Blair Davenport. That's
You like that?
that should make up for everything else, right? Right?
Right. Can I get at least a one-on-one women's match?
Probably not.
Actually, maybe if we give Tiffany the title, you'll be
can
her first defense,
Yeah.
and then you get the one-on-one. I don't go over that one, do I?
No.
No.
Poor Naomi, man. Poor Naomi. Oh man. So I guess now we can talk about some NXT No Mercy,
NXT.
which will be the following day, on September 1st.
Yep.
And this card is looking a lot better than the one we got for the badge. So
Yep. We have 6 matches here.
we have one extra match. We're killing it. Nice. We love it, Sean.
Yes. Cook, Chef Michaels.
Right. But no, it should be a good card. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Let's start off with
Can we talk with the North American champ?
yeah, we can start with that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I don't care about. I wish it was something that was that.
Yeah.
It's
It's just very lady,
Yeah.
and they could have done something different.
They could have.
And the fact I'm still bothered by the fact that they don't have the women's tag titles anymore.
Yeah. It was so pointless. Even when that was happening, I was like, why are you doing this?
Right.
Why?
There's so many questionable decisions, bro.
It doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, let's get rid of women's tag title. Only other thing the women had to fight over. And then, oh yeah, we took away that, and Ronda kind of just left. That whole series of things happening just
It was
why?
very, very, very strange times.
Stupid.
Stupid, very dumb.
Stupid. Let's take everything out. Okay, so like, what do the women have to fight for? The women's championship, duh. But like, there's nothing like there. We already know who's gonna take this. Like, just fight.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man. So yeah, we'll kick it off with the Women's North American Championship. Kaylani Jordan taking on Wendy Chu. I'm going Kaylani.
I was gonna, yeah, I'm kind of the, because I'm like, I'm looking at the card, and I'm like, it looks all retentions. Like every champion's gonna retain, which I'm not mad about, but I mean, there's one I'm worried which will change hands, but I don't want to think about that. So
yeah.
I may have Wendy Chu go over
Just for the sport.
just for the sport, and that way
I feel that.
we get some. Kaylani's already had a good defense. You know, she retained against Sol Ruca at what was that, Heat Wave?
Yeah.
You know, she retained against Sol Ruca, so she already has one retention, and then that way she can kind of go on and move on to bigger things. And now that I think about it, when NXT usually, if whoever is like standing tall at the end of a segment usually is going to lose.
Right.
I learned that the hard way. First time I learned that was Rey Mysterio and Booker T. They had a match the Friday before Great American Bash where they faced off, and Rey won. And I was like, cool, Rey's probably going to win at Great American Bash. No. So
No.
get apprehensive about that stuff.
Yeah. I would like to see Wendy Chu win.
Yeah.
Just since she's retiring, like they might as well. Like what harm would it do? Like, and I think we would get a lot more entertaining feuds with her champion as opposed to Kalani, who's the copy and paste baby face.
Yeah. Like her promo the other day, I was like,
Yeah.
isn't it? And Melo needs to teach her how to
Seriously.
because like no disrespect, but like it's so cookie cutter babyface, and it's like I'm not convinced. And then
At
like
all.
her going up against an established star in Rosemary. Like I get Rosemary, the season vet, putting the young person over, but it's just like this is Rosemary. Like Rosemary has been through some stuff, and like you do this
exactly.
So I'm gonna go Wendy. I'm actually gonna go Wendy Chu. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna double up, man. I'm gonna go Wendy as well. For the sport. For the sport. So let's go Wendy Chu for us, and then Tay has Kaylani, and also he has parentheses, sadly, and I think we would feel the same way,
It's just
no disrespect at all.
It's just boring.
She just needs some character work, man. Maybe she can, get some grit from a loss. We could only hope. So yeah, that's that for that one. And moving on, we have Obafemi taking on Tony D'Angelo, and like I always say, I don't know who's gonna beat Obafemi, and I definitely don't think it's gonna be Tony.
I'm scared they'll have Tony be put over. I'm scared. And that's why I'd have Kaylani lose than Oba.
Yeah.
Because Oba is just a monster.
He is, man.
And they need to keep that going. Unless you have big plans to put him in a world title feud and almost immediately after losing the NXT North American Championship, keep that title on that man.
Keep the title on Oba, man. And it's only right. I mean, Tony just lost the Heritage Cup recently, so I don't see him, winning the title from Oba that quick. But you never know. I'm pretty confident Oba's going to continue his dominant reign, as it should. They're booking him so well, and I don't think a loss to Tony would do him any favors. So, and then let's see what Tay's going Oba as well. So
sweep,
clean sweep right there. So moving right along with this extensive match card, so much. The NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez and Jada Parker. I'm actually excited for this match, especially after what happened on NXT. I thought that was an interesting segment there with Jada slapping the taste out of Roxanne's mouth. And then we got a cliffhanger of her saying you can get some too. So we're wondering who that is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going Roxanne. Retaining. One, the fact that Jada's only been the Jada only won the match, number one contenders match, like 2 weeks ago. There's no, unless it was a legitimate last minute emergency thing. There's no way that they'll put the title on her, and it's not an afterthought, but it's you could tell it wasn't that important.
But
so
I'm go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm going with Roxanne because, like I said earlier, it's either the cliffhanger is probably towards either Julia or Steph. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Like that kid. Scare. Stephanie Scare.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, and that's who's gonna face Roxanne next.
I'm going Roxanne as well for the exact same reasons that you mentioned. It's definitely too soon for Jada Parker. Hopefully she has a good showing to show that she deserves to be, on the main event women's scene. But it's too soon for her to win a championship. And, I think they have some bigger things planned for Roxanne. Defense-wise, and maybe we might see Jordan Grace and her running it back in the future. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm going Roxanne and then Tay. I believe we have another clean sweep.
Yep, we do.
Yep, Roxanne. So another clean sweep right there. So, yeah, let's move right along. Dang, did we miss? Okay, I was like, did we miss a match? Yeah, it went. So we got Wesley taking on Zach Wentz. All the feels up in this match, man. This is gonna be a banger, man.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be a banger.
it's like back from No Mercy 04, Paul London and Brian Kendrick, except it actually, like, you could actually feel the heartbreak from it. Because Paul and Brian, I mean, Paul and Billy, I heard backstage they did not like each other. They did not like teaming up with each other. So there's really not as much like story to on. It was more like, hey, yeah, we're former tag champs. Now this is brotherhood. This is
years of like togetherness and it all falling apart. So yeah, there's a lot of business going down in this match. So and then I think I'm gonna go with Wesley, just because of him, Zach costing Wes the match, and the number one contender match. So I think Wesley gets his get back here, and I think it's right to go with him, especially with his fresh heel turn. I think he has to get some wins under his belt. So I think this will be a great first one to do so.
I'm going with Wes as well, not just like because of it's a fresh heel turn, but I don't see WWE putting over a TNA guy.
Yeah.
On their pay-per-view. And the only reason, like, I think Zach could win is if Trey interferes. But
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna split it up. They're gonna do because let me retract that. Because now that I'm thinking about it, there is a way that it could have Zach go over and have
And protect
still continue
Wes.
the feud. Yeah, still have the feud because TNA, their next big pay-per-view, I think it might be Bound for Glory. They are having Ultimate X match for the division title, and Zach is qualified to be in that match. So, and Trey has a qualifying match. I don't know if he's in it yet, but Trey has one. So it could either lead to Zach or Wes cheating Trey out, and then costing Zach the title, and then that leads to them having the rematch, or there's no story to it because they have to like out,
Right.
go 1-on-1. So I can see either way happening. That's the tricky part.
It is. There's a lot that can, like you just mentioned, that they could do with this, and especially if we're thinking about the TNA, portion being a part of it as well. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good banger, and I don't know, man. I just feel like Wes needs a clean win, especially over a former friend. So
He does. But I can also see how he can still build himself up in a loss.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of the thing where it, like I said, either way. And even like Wes' first turn, I kind of thought, okay, Zach wins at No Mercy if he does, and then Wes cheats Zach out of the X Division title. And then, bam, we have, another match between the two on TNA's ground. So,
yeah, it really could go. It really could go either way. Now that you've brought that dynamic into it. So, but I'm gonna hold tough. I'm gonna go stick with Wes as my pick. Are you?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like
it is tough.
It's tricky because, like I said, it can go either way. But I feel like especially how we have it, there are too many heels winning. they gotta have at least, two faces.
Yeah.
Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go Zach. Just
All right.
and kind of like start like pick up that heel momentum if he loses, because then you could have like somebody be like, hey, Wes, I thought you were a WWE superstar, gonna beat up a TNA wrestler.
Yeah.
And then that leads to Wes attacking them, and then like I said, Wes cheating Zach out of the X Division title, because he even said we went there and we won the TNA tag title, something you didn't do. Trey is a former X Division champion, which Wes couldn't do even before the Rascals formed. He couldn't do it. So that's why I'm gonna go Zach. I'm gonna go Zach. And that way, that also kind of puts the good faith back in TNA, that they're not just that NXT is not just one-siding the feud.
Yeah, that's a great point actually. So, and Tay agrees with you.
Yeah.
He's going with Zach as well. So, we're 2-1, no clean sweep this time. But I think honestly, there's really no wrong answer with this match, especially if they do it and execute it right, like you just said. There's no wrong answer here. So, I just want to see a great match, which we know it will be. So,
yeah.
All right. And then there were 2 matches left.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. We have the tag team titles, a rematch for Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Chase U.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Chase U to retain here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Nathan and Axiom winning the titles back this quick. So
I see another tag team breaking up, because it's been kind of feeling like for a while that I thought it would have happened. I thought it would have happened like before they even won the tag titles, when they lost to Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
At whatever that event was. Was that Stand and Deliver? That might have been Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Which is, I don't like that name. It's a stupid name. It's so stupid. I don't know what it is. I just don't like that name for Stand and Deliver. Like, okay.
I just don't, for it to be on Mania weekend,
Yes.
It doesn't fit at all.
Yeah, for it to be the NXT equivalent of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me sound like I'm main event Stand and Deliver. Like, okay, that's
what did you got? Pizza Hut? What are you?
Actually, I did have pizza today.
That sounds really good. Now,
Bro, I got a free pizza. Free
that's lovely.
Pizza.
That's lovely. I might have to. Yeah, I haven't ate dinner, but Pizza Hut actually sounds really good. Strangely enough.
Stand it, not sponsored by Pizza Hut. Although if you want to.
I was gonna say, if you want to, we like Pizza Hut.
We do. Yeah, I'm going Chase U. I can't do the U sign. I don't know why. I feel like I'm throwing up gang signs, or the Stardust sign.
Yeah.
But see, this is a W, and I hate like.
Yeah, I don't. It's not really a U.
No.
Like,
I'd rather them do this, like C's,
or like but then it's kind of like you're throwing up another gang sign.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't like it. They need to change it. But yeah, I'm going Chase U, and then Axiom and Nathan Frazier are going to break up. I feel like Nathan Frazier will be the one that turns heel.
Yeah, he seems like it. Normally, masked individuals don't turn heel too often. They're always.
Unless Axiom takes it off and becomes the A kid again, which
we could. That could be an interesting dynamic there.
Right. Like he's walking away, he just takes it off and throws the mask on the ground, and the last shot is of the mask.
That could be an interesting cliffhanger there. So I don't know. We shall see, but definitely Chase U going over here, I believe. And I think Tay had chase you as well.
Yep.
So we got another clean sweep.
Sweep.
Yep. All right. And then last but not least, the NXT Championship. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry against Ethan Page with, as we found out on NXT, Trick Williams will be the special guest referee.
Yep.
Of course, there will be some shenanigans in this match, I'm sure.
Of course.
Trick Williams is going to get hit by somebody. So
Done, boy.
yeah. Yeah. But I definitely think that Ethan Page is going to retain at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Too soon for Joe Hendry, and we touched earlier on they don't show too much love to the TNA guys just yet, but
Because you don't want your championship showing like it doesn't work out like with TNA's partnership with the Shadow Realm. It didn't really like they had their guy win their world title, and it just didn't work out well. And then they had another one of the Shadow Realms people win the world title on their show, and then that guy lost it to Josh Alexander. So it doesn't work out. And I feel like TNA is kind of like, cautious about that. And so is NXT.
yeah.
So it's I give us a miniature title, maybe 24/7 or the hardcore title. Then
Yeah.
but it's the NXT championship. I don't see it. I do see interference from a guy like Josh Alexander because he has history with Joe Hendry. He was the tag team partner of Ethan Page, the longest reigning TNA tag team champions as the North. So I can see it happening. It's in Denver. Yeah, I can see it happening. Especially if it's Canada, but that was Heat Wave. So yeah, I see the North kind of reuniting, and then maybe Trick Williams or and Joe Hendry teaming up against Page and
Josh Alexander.
Thank you.
It's all good, bro.
Want to know the first name that came to my mind?
What?
Chris Hero. I say Chris Hero. He doesn't work for WWE anymore. He doesn't work for TNA. Why am I gonna say Chris Hero?
It's Wednesday, bro. It's hump day. We're barely making it right now. Yeah, and then Tay is also going Ethan Page here by interference by Josh Alexander, most likely. So we got another clean sweep there. And that rounds out No Mercy. I think overall, I think we should be in for a great but predictable weekend of wrestling. So,
I do have to ask, with No Mercy, the long history it has, do you have a favorite No Mercy member? It can be NXT No Mercy or main roster No Mercy. I have two. One that I kind of like, and one that it's iconic, but I don't like the reason it's iconic.
Okay, I have mine. No Mercy 2007.
Okay.
I was a big Randy guy, so to see him, well, he didn't technically win the title. He was gifted the title at first. And then eventually Triple H beat him one-on-one match, and then they had the last man standing. Wasn't it the last? It was the last man standing.
Yeah, and then they had
Randy
Umaga in between that.
Yep. And Randy winning it back. That was I was happy. I was mad at first. Like I'm like, come on, like what are we doing here? Like you can't take the title off of him. And then he got his rematch and won it back. So I was a happy camper at the end of that. So
okay.
That's my favorite. And it was just chaos though. Like we get two title changes in one night on the biggest prize in WWE. That's unheard of. You don't see that happen. So
it really is. When's the last time that happened was what? Not counting a Money in the Bank cash in,
Yeah.
I want to say Elimination Chamber 2010, where Cena won the Chamber match, and then Batista won it like 5 minutes later from Cena. And I could have
Oh,
gone to
yeah.
that show, and I didn't.
That was in St. Louis, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spin the nosebleeds. I feel like a Chamber match all the way up at the top, it's not that good because you really can't see anything.
Yeah, I don't imagine that being very fun to not be able to see. But yeah, that's my favorite No Mercy moment. So
Okay. I gotta go. One is Chris Jericho winning the WCW title from The Rock, No Mercy 01
oh
in
yeah.
St. Louis. I was a fan at the time. I was 5, but it's such a cool moment that it happened in a city that's close to me. Plus, I'm finisher the Facebuster. I like create wrestler finisher many times. I don't know why I think the first time I ever saw it was how RVD sold it. RVD, he either sells the crap out of it or he sells it and it looks like it's botched. Between. And
No,
RVD,
not at all.
RVD, like the way he landed, he landed face first, but it seems like he landed like feet first. It's weird. We'll talk about it when we get to the series because that's when I first saw it. But he did it on The Rock, like The Rock,
Like death. Yeah.
and doesn't hit the chair, but he hits the chair. It's weird, and I hate it. But like that, I just love that moment of Jericho winning the WCW title in St. Louis.
big moment.
My other one comes a year later, and I don't like who's involved with it, but it's such an iconic moment. It's Brock Lesnar standing on top of Hell in a Cell after beating The Undertaker.
Oh, Undertaker, yeah.
Because like nobody really went up top of the cell, especially like won the match. But him standing on top of the cell, holding the title. That also a pretty good tag match. Edge and Mysterio versus Angle and Benoit. It's a pretty good tag match.
Shout out! I miss those days of great tag wrestling, man. Oh man,
they're tag team wrestlers. And tag team wrestling in WWE. But,
yeah, just in general. Yeah, those are great moments. So, great picks. Great picks.
Thank you.
Tay, leave yours in the comments.
And the fans, leave yours in the comments.
Yeah, definitely.
No Mercy. So
Yeah.
song from Jim Johnson.
Yeah, so I think that's all we got for today. Unless you have any other questions, comments, concerns, threats, not directed towards me.
I actually started stealing that at work because I do that.
That's a good thing to say to kids. Yeah.
And they were like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, my brother on my podcast, he started saying that," and I was like, "I'm taking this."
Yeah, no, and it's funny because one of my college professors, he said that to his lecture hall, and I was in there. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm stealing that." Like, yeah. So
they're like, "What?" Oh,
threats. And he said it after every class, and I always wondered if somebody was gonna threaten him. Like, you suck. You can't be out. I'll come up there and punch you in the face right now. Well, like, how will he react?
Right.
Well, all right, we have our first threat, folks, and he just presses the button or something, and
security just walks out. It's like a sliding door from James Bond villain. They just walk.
I didn't even know that door slid open like that. How did you? Who designed this room?
Why do you think you're paying so much? It's for this.
I also have a button that ejects everybody from their seats, but
I've been able to use that
for a
one
later date. Yeah.
I've been able to use that since '87. What happened in '87? You'll never know.
You'll never know. You never know. And then everybody's just wondering, like, what happened in '87? They're doing research, like, Mizzou in 1987. Like, well, what happened?
The incident.
And it just says that the incident, and there's no other details. Like, Somebody tell me what happened in '87.
Like your parents went there, like, Dad, what happened in '87? We're not allowed to talk about that anymore.
We can't really get into that.
Like he's about to tell you, and all of a sudden, like he sees a guy like step out of the bushes and just go. He's like, "Oh, '87. I got that summer job while working at the fireworks tent." No, what happened at Mizzou in '87? Classes.
I was going to class, doing the college thing. Yeah.
I learned how to skateboard.
You don't want to skateboard, Dad? What are you talking about? Unless you know the better.
No one sees the whip. What? It just runs off. What? I stole that from my car. It's when they get kidnapped by their...
Disclaimer, everybody. We don't. Nothing happened in '87. This is total improv.
That we know of. Me and BJ weren't born at that time, so like we have no idea.
We don't know. That's just a funny way to end the show. So
if you were born in '87, what happened?
What happened? You tell us. Drop it in the comments and tell us what happened in '87 that we're talking about.
In '87.
In '87.
Incident of '87.
We're gonna add that in the description of the episode. We talk about the incident of '87. Watch to find out, because we still haven't.
It's just also like every YouTube thumbnail.
Oh man. So I don't have anything else, man. We'll do some research and figure out what happened in '87. But next week we'll be back at full strength with Tay here, and we'll break down those predictions and probably talk some Bash and No Mercy Fallout,
and then give you guys a preview of the awesome show that's coming. Well, every one of our shows is awesome. We'll give you guys a preview of the special episode that's coming in 2 weeks.
It's
you don't
want to
miss it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So as always, Cam, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at the only 2 Count Kickout podcast. X, myself, the Twitter channel, a Twitter page, the YouTube page. We gonna get MySpace.
Is MySpace even still exist?
No.
If it does, you'll be able to find us on there soon.
Yes, add us to your top.
Yeah. And if you don't, we're gonna do what happened in '87 to you.
Yeah. You don't want that.
You don't want that. I don't think anybody wants that. I think everybody's trying to figure it out right now. So,
but anyway, don't forget to tell your friends, your family, your friendly neighborhood hobos about your favorite podcast. You started promoting it in class.
There you go. I love it.
There we go. I should. All right. I do.
But as always, we are TCKO, and we will see y'all next week.